Greetings and namaste. Welcome to a practice of mindful flow and meditation. I'm happy to have you here. I'm Barbara Brady here for Yoga Community. Props I suggest, if you happen to have a yoga block or two, have that. And also something to sit on. We will be ending with pranayama and meditation seated. So that might mean sitting on a cushion, on a folded blanket. In fact, have a blanket because we might do a seated forward fold, in which case sitting on the front edge of a blanket is helpful. And also when we get to the point after Shavasana of seated pranayama meditation, I certainly invite you to sit on a chair at that point. And when we get there, I'll give you a few pointers for those who wish to sit on a chair. So I welcome you. And like always, I start the practice slowly and mindfully in order to begin to bring awareness to the breath, because it's really important that the breath be steady, smooth, and helpful throughout our practice. So we'll actually begin with you lying down on your back. And when you do, make sure there's some space behind your head. So just lie down on your back with your arms by your sides and space behind your head. And so here, have your legs a little bit closer together than if you were in Shavasana, almost as if you were lying down in mountain pose. And in every practice that I lead, that I guide, that I teach, and also that I do for myself, number one is I set the stage, so to speak, for a quality of steadiness and ease. In yoga, in Sanskrit, this is called Sthira Sukham. Sthira Sukham. And for most of us, it's easier to approach this with the breath than the mind. Ultimately, when we shape the breath, the mind begins to follow. So first, just feel your body supported. As we do with any pose, any asana, feel the sense that your body is being held so you do have this steadiness, sthira. Just begin to feel a little bit more clearly that your body is being held and supported by the earth. Begin to feel your body breathing now. And we'll begin to breathe in and out of the nostrils if you're not already. And oftentimes the encouragement in yoga is to deepen the breath. I like to, before deepening it, to make sure that it's already of a smooth quality, so that what we deepen is a smooth breath, not an irregular breath. Smooth out your breath and begin to shape it into a ratio of 1:1 for your inhale and your exhale. This is called samavriti. It's not important, it doesn't have to be a long count. Again, it's important that it's smooth. Effortless. It might be inhale 4, exhale 4. That's usually what I recommend. Yours might be longer. This breath is continuous, and it's abdominal breathing, by the way. And if you're not feeling the rise and fall of your abdomen on your breath, do deepen it there, but keeping it smooth and effortless. And we'll begin now to make some slow, steady movements with the breath. We'll start out very simply. Now, on your inhales, reach your arms straight up toward the ceiling, landing on the floor back behind you, all the way back. When the exhale begins, the arms follow and lower back down by your side. So continue with this movement, please. When the inhale begins, the arms respond and lift up toward the ceiling, moving to the floor back behind you. When the exhale begins, the arms lower back down by your side. 2 more like this, please. Smooth and steady, breath and movement. One more of the arm raises. And when you've lowered the arms this time, we'll prepare for a dynamic bridge pose. Bend your knees, bring your feet in close to your hips. And keep your head at center. I'm just going to talk you through this one so you're not tempted to look at the screen right now. Keep your head at center. The arms will do just as you have been. We'll be moving the hips also. On your inhales, lift the hips and the arms. The exhales, lower the hips and the arms. Dynamic bridge. 3 more like this, effortless. Keep your body moving in time with your breath. So for some of us, that means slowing down the momentum of the body a little bit. So there's no rush. 1 more. Mindful of your momentum, no rushing. When you lower this time, pause, and I'll be doing this next couple of moves with you. But again, if you can, keep your head at center. If you get really confused, you can stop for a moment and watch. Similar to what you have been doing, we'll add a couple of more elements. So you begin, arms by your sides, knees bent. First move is what you've been doing. Inhale, lift the hips and the arms. This time when you exhale, lower the hips, knees to the chest, hands to the shins. This inhale, legs up in the air, arms back once again. This exhale, bend your knees, lower the feet, and then the arms. So you're back to where you began. That is the flow now. First inhale, hips and arms, feet are on the floor. First exhale, lower your hips, knees to chest, hands to shins. Second inhale, legs up, arms back. Second exhale, bend your knees, lower your feet, lower your arms. Take a breath. We'll do 2 more of this flow. Next, inhale, lift the hips and the arms. Feet are on the floor. Exhale, lower, knees to chest, hands to shins. Inhale, legs up and the arms back. Exhale, bend the knees, lower the feet, lower the arms. Take 1 breath. 1 more round. Inhale, hips and arms. Exhale, lower, knees to chest, hands to shins. Inhale, legs up, arms back. Exhale, bend the knees, lower the feet, lower the arms. Pause. The pause is really important. Giving yourself space to once again become steady. We'll now take a dynamic twist. Arms on the floor, out from your shoulders. They can be straight or the elbows can be bent. Arms are on the floor. Inhale, knees to the chest. Exhale, lower them to the left. Inhale, knees to center. Exhale, lower them to the opposite side. Continue. And once again, be careful with your momentum. Don't let your body move faster than your breath. Exhales, the legs lower to the floor, to the side for a twist. Inhales to center. Exhales, twist. The next time you've lowered your legs to the left, we hold. Just keeping your legs steady on the floor for your twist. Choices and options. Traditionally, it's taught that the head turns away from the knees. In this case, to the right. That's one choice. Another choice is head at center. Another choice is to turn your head to the left. What is more comfortable? Next, inhale, bring your knees to the center, and exhale, lower them to the right, and we hold the twist with the legs to the right. Again, turn your head in any direction that you like. And the deciding point is, what will allow you to breathe equal parts, inhale, exhale. Again, my suggestion is inhale 4, exhale 4. Your mileage may vary. And curl on over to your right side. And take a moment to then come up to hands and knees, all fours. And we'll prepare for a flow on hands and knees. So you'll first, again, shape your breath. Just as we began the beginning of the practice, breath first. Asana is almost secondary. Long spine, shape your breath, equal parts, inhale, exhale. With an inhale, lift your heart forward. And then exhale, move back into child's pose, hips to your heels. When the inhale begins, the body notices and comes back up to hands and knees. When the exhale begins, the body notices and moves back to child's pose. This is Chakra Bhujangasana. Please continue on your breath count. Slow, smooth, steady. We'll now add down dog every other exhale. Next exhale, tuck your toes, lift into downward facing dog. Continue the flow. Inhales, hands and knees. Exhales, alternate child's pose and down dog. Slow, smooth, and steady, sthira. Exhales, alternating child's pose and down dog. Next time you're in child's pose, remain there, and we'll take a side bend in child's pose. Do so by first walk your hands over to the left. You expand through the right side body. Hips might move to the right a little. Head on or close to the ground. You might rest your right hand on top of the left if you like, and just be here. Feel the breath primarily in the right side. Walk your hands back to center, arms in front. Take 2 or 3 breaths at center. The idea being is to please notice the different sensations you feel in the right and left sides of your body. Now walk your hands to the right, side bend, left hand on top of the right if you want, head on or close to the ground. Notice sensation, so you're not just waiting here, you're breathing and noticing sensation. Walk your hands back to center, hands and knees, and then down dog. We'll hold down dog a few breaths now. Feel free to bend your knees. I like to emphasize a long spine being more important than your legs being straight. Long spine. Inhale into plank pose. Steady plank. Feel the inner edges of your legs draw upward. And now lower down. Some of you like chaturanga, you may, or just take your knees down, please. Hands alongside the rib cage, forehead down, dynamic cobra, Bhujangasana. Forehead on the mat, hug your elbows in. When your inhale begins, rise up into a small cobra, Bhujangasana. Elbows hug in. Exhale, lower everything down. Inhale lifts you up into this cobra, small cobra, and exhale, lower. Again, keep your momentum fairly slow here, please. Slow your momentum down. Inhale's cobra. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, cobra. And exhale back into down dog. We'll be moving to standing poses, down dog. And walk up to your hands and come into the standing forward bend of Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Standing forward bend. Uttanasana. You might hold onto your elbows. You might hold onto your shins or your calves. Standing forward bend, Uttanasana. We'll add an extra pranayama here. With an inhale, lift halfway up, hold the inhale. And then exhale back to your forward bend, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway up, hold the inhale. And exhale, fold. Two more. Inhale, halfway lift, hold your inhale. Exhale, fold. Once more, inhale, halfway lift, hold the inhale. Exhale, fold. Place your hands on your hips. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. And once you do, roll your shoulders. So I'll take a moment here for those of you who haven't practiced with me before, and roll your shoulders the other way. I do work with holding the inhales and sometimes pausing out the exhales and come into mountain pose Tadasana. When we hold the inhales, it allows us to build our prana, our energy. It's an excellent thing to do in an early morning practice. It builds energy. We'll take some half salutations now. Ardha Surya Namaskar, palms together. Get grounded in your feet from mountain. With your inhale, lift up. A back bend if you like. And then exhale, dive down. You're again in Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift again. And exhale, fold. Press into your feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Palms touch overhead. And exhale, palms to your heart. 3 more half salutes. Mindful that you're moving with your breath. The inhale is lifting. The exhale is lowering. A halfway lift inhale. And a fold exhale. Effortless effort. Inhale all the way up. Mindful of sensation. And exhale. We'll take one more. Inhale. Spacious awareness. Exhale. It's helpful to take the navel toward the spine on your exhales. Halfway lift, inhale. And fold, exhale. Rise all the way up on an inhale. And exhale, pause here with your palms together at your heart. Find your breath. Once again, Samavritti, please. Equalize your inhale and exhale. The more we balance the breath, the more inclined the mind is to be balanced as well. We'll now do a namaskar, a salutation that's called Surya Namaskar L, because there are lunges involved as well as back bends. If you have 2 blocks or 2 thick books, you might want them on either side of the front of your mat. Not required, but just in case you would find that helpful. And if you're not acquainted with this particular flow, again, I encourage you to be very smooth and steady. Give yourself opportunity to be acquainted with where you are. Sthira sukham, steadiness and ease. Find your center, find your breath. Inhale, lift up so you're in a standing back bend. And exhale, fold down, hands to the blocks or the ground. With an inhale, step your right foot back, lower the knee to the ground, and lift your arms up. So here we're now in a lunge back bend. With an exhale, lower your hands to the blocks or the ground, step the back foot forward, fold forward. This time, interlace your fingers behind your back in the forward bend. Release your hands, bend your knees a little bit. Inhale all the way up into a standing back bend again. And exhale, palms together at your heart. Take a breath. So we're, again, keeping the momentum in check. Inhale, reach the arms up, standing back bend. And exhale, navel towards spine while folding, lower your hands. On an inhale, left foot back, knee down, and lift the arms again. I personally take my arms into cactus. It gives me a deeper back bend sensation. On an exhale, lower your hands. Step forward, fold forward. Interlace your fingers behind you. You're in the forward bend. Release your hands. Inhale, sweep up into a standing back bend. And exhale, palms together at your heart. Find your breath. Inhale, standing back bend. Exhale, navel towards spine and fold. On an inhale, right foot back, knee down, and lift the arms into the back bend. Lunge back bend. On an exhale, lower your hands, step forward, fold forward, interlace your fingers behind you. Release your hands. Inhale, standing back bend, no rush. Exhale, palms together. Take a breath. One more, left side. Inhale, reach up and back into the standing back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Lower your hands. And inhale, left foot back, knee down. Reach the arms up, coming into a lunge back bend. On an exhale, step and fold forward. Interlace your fingers behind you. And release the hands. Inhale, standing back bend. And exhale, palms together at your heart. And lower your arms by your sides, coming into mountain Tadasana. My comfortable stance here is feet hip distance and parallel. Yours might be different. Get steady and spine long. Come back to breathing deep into the belly. Coming back to your center, back to symmetry. We'll now take a flow in and out of triangle. So I'll go pretty slow here so you'll recognize where you're going. So start out with orient your feet for triangle over the right leg. If you use a block for triangle, it will be outside your right leg. So I'll go slow. You might not, if you haven't been to my class before, you might not be familiar with this. Left hand on your left leg, palm face out. Your feet are lined up, right heel to left arch. With an inhale, bring the right arm up. You come into a crescent shape. And then exhale as when we come into triangle, lower your right hand to your right leg or the block. This is a little bit different now. With an inhale, bring your left arm alongside your head. Exhale, place the left arm by your left side. On an inhale, we return to standing up. Lift the right arm all the way up. You come back into that crescent shape. And exhale, lower the right hand to the right leg or your block. Inhale, bring the left arm by your left ear. Exhale, take the left arm by the left side again. We come up once more. Inhale, lift the right arm all the way up. You come back into that crescent shape. And exhale, we'll now come into triangle to hold, Trikonasana. Right hand on right leg or your block. And you can either have your left arm straight up, as is traditionally practiced in triangle, or if you'd like to expand a little bit in the left side body, bring the left arm by the left ear. We'll hold here. Come back to your Samavritti. Equalize your inhale and your exhale. Soften your belly. Next, exhale, lower your left arm by your left side. Inhale, right arm brings you all the way up again. Turn your feet parallel and rest your arms at your sides. So again, oftentimes in practices, yoga practices, it's immediately going to side two, but it's really charming to me almost to take a moment to feel what just happened. What does your right side feel like to your left side? This is really where your practice is. And then we invite it to side two. We'll just pivot the feet around. If you used a block on side one, you move it over outside your left leg. You pivot your feet so the left arch points to the left heel points to the right arch. Right hand, palm out on the right leg. Find your breath. Inhale, we come to that crescent shape, left arm overhead. And exhale, lower your left hand where you want it for triangle. Inhale, right arm up by your ear. Exhale, take the right arm by your side. Inhale, left arm lifts you all the way up to stand in the crescent. Exhale, place your left hand on your left leg or block. Bring the right arm alongside your ear. We'll stand up once more. First, exhale, right arm by your right side. Inhale, lift the left arm up. One more time, coming into a crescent shape. We'll move into triangle to hold. Exhale, lower the left hand to the left leg or block. Bring the right arm up as we now hold triangle, Trikonasana. Either right arm straight up or bring the right arm by the right ear. Which feels more comfortable to you? More importantly, which one allows your breath to flow more smoothly? Soften your belly, equalize your inhale, exhale. Balanced breath, balanced mind. Next, exhale, place your right arm by your right side. And inhale, lift the left arm, come up. Once again, turn your feet parallel, lower your arms by your sides, and notice. Notice what you notice. Feel the effects of your practice, of your yoga. One more standing pose, the standing forward bend with your feet wide, Prasarita Padottanasana. You might want to place blocks or thick books. Your hands might naturally reach the ground here. Hands to your hips, feet are parallel. Smooth out your breath. Inhale, lift your heart. And now exhale, fold forward. Place your hands on your blocks or the ground. We'll use a pranayama now that begins to cool us down. Keeping your hands on the blocks or the ground. With an inhale, lift your spine halfway up. Exhale to the count of 5 as you fold your torso down. We come up again. Inhale, keeping your hands placed. Lift your spine halfway. Exhale to the count of 6 while folding your torso down. 2 more. Inhale, lift your torso halfway up. Exhale slows down to the count of 7 as you release your torso. 1 more. Inhale, lift your torso halfway. And then exhale to the count of 8 if you can. And stay in the forward bend, Prasarita Padottanasana A. As we hold the pose, make sure you've released your head. You can softly bend the knees if you like. If comfortable, the pranayama now is a ratio of 1 to 2 inhale to exhale. You might try inhale 3, exhale 6. Some people are comfortable with an inhale 4, exhale 8. Again, it's important that it's effortless. Effortless effort. It's a wonderful, wonderful and primary practice in yoga. Effortless effort. Place your hands on your hips. Tuck your chin. Inhale, slowly come up to stand. And once you do, arms by your sides. And once again, notice the effects. Feel the energy. Yoga is energy management. Really, really. Asana almost becomes secondary. Yoga is energy management. We're moving back down to the mat now. So step to face the front edge of your mat with your palms together. One more time. Inhale, lift up and back. And exhale, fold forward. And please return to child's pose. If you like, place a block under your forehead as you come into child's pose. With your knees wide. This is very calming and soothing for the nervous system. A block under the forehead. If you have one of the soft foam blocks, a harder block, might not be as comfortable, but if you have a soft foam block under the forehead, if you like. Knees wide, big toes together. Soft belly. And soften your belly again. And now we'll carefully ease your way up. And we'll do a couple of poses with the legs stretched out in front. Some people like sitting on the front edge of a blanket here. So if that's you, put a folded blanket under your hips. And the idea being is to tip your pelvis forward. The first pose we'll do here is staff pose, Dandasana. And this is one that I use. Again, the posture itself, the asana itself, is fairly simple. Energetically, it can be enriched quite a bit. Staff pose, Dandasana, hands on the floor alongside your hips. And your spine is tall. Your spine is as tall as if you were standing in mountain pose. Your toes point up toward the ceiling. Knees can bend if you like. And here's where we begin energy management again, prana. Slightly tuck your chin. You lengthen the back of the neck, draw the chin toward the throat. If you like, close your eyes. By tucking your chin, this is called the chin lock or Jalandhara Bandha. The idea, the purpose is containing your energy at the top of the spine. And now keeping the chin lock, the chin lowered. The root lock. We want to contain energy at the base of the spine as well. Some of you know this as Mula Bandha, the root lock, which is to engage the pelvic floor, lifting it up and in. Again, I encourage closed eyes here. The chin is lowered, the pelvic floor is lifted, the spine is long. And we know those times when our energy is erratic, that means our energy is out of our body. In this practice, we're containing our energy, specifically in the spine, which begins to center and balance and smooth out our energy. And relax. And we'll bring the sole of the right foot inside the left leg for Janu Sirsasana. Some people like a block under the bent knee. So once you get the sole of the foot inside the left leg, inhale, bring the arms up. And exhale, keep the spine long, lower your hands. I personally like my hands on either side of the leg on the floor. And I mention frequently that contraindication for my body would be to round the spine. I have osteoporosis. If you have osteoporosis or know someone who does, a rounding of the spine is really not the best procedure. Keeping the spine long. So sometimes it looks very advanced to lower the torso of the leg, but if it compromises your spine, it's counterproductive. We'll hold here a few more moments. Slow down your exhale. Chin again is slightly tucked. And slowly sitting up on your next inhale. And again, as we did in some of the standing poses, pause for a moment between sides. Notice what happened. And now side two. Straighten out the right leg, sole of the left foot inside. Block under the left knee if you like. You'll lift the arms on an inhale and exhale, hinge forward. Again, some of you might go quite a bit deeper here than I do. Keep the spine long, the chin tucked. Let the body become still. It's not that you're holding still, you're allowing stillness, witnessing stillness. And slowly sitting up. And we'll be coming onto the back. First, very simple knees to the chest, and then Shavasana. So come down onto your back, and if you want, you can put on your socks now. We'll be going into Shavasana momentarily. So you'll come onto your back. Apanasana, the word apana means our force of elimination. So this pose that we're about to do, knees to chest, helps with physical as well as mental, emotional elimination. And once you come onto your back, knees to chest, hands onto your shins or the back of your thighs. Very simple here. On your exhale, squeeze your legs in towards your torso. And inhale, let the elbows straighten and the legs move away a little bit. And a couple more times, just keeping your hands on the shins. Squeeze the legs in on your exhale. And inhale, let the legs move a little away from you. Once more. And then Shavasana, corpse pose. If you like, cover up, cover your eyes, put something under your knees. Shavasana. So first, feel the body supported, just as we did at the beginning of the practice. Feel the support of the earth. Feel as if your body is spreading out. Relax. Effortless effort. I'll be suggesting a pranayama here for the next few rounds of breath. If it's not comfortable to you, please come to a breath that is comfortable for you. If comfortable, inhales to a count of 4, exhales to a count of either 6 or 8. Inhales to a count of 4, exhales to either 6 or 8, whichever is more comfortable. The purpose of the longer exhales is calming, soothing. One more ingredient for your pranayama now is to pause after the exhale. Example, inhale 3, exhale 6, pause the exhale out 3. Only if comfortable, inhale 3, exhale 6, pause the exhale out to the count of 3 before the next inhale. Just pause after the exhales, even more calming. Earlier in the practice, when I added in holding the inhale, I mentioned it was to build energy. Holding the exhale out is to calm energy. And now just let your breath settle into the perfect rhythm for this moment. Observe the breath settle into the perfect rhythm for this moment. If the mind becomes active, unite your mind with your breath. Gradually begin to deepen your breath. Just feel your body breathing. Notice. And when you feel ready, bring a subtle stirring to the body. Might be your fingers and toes, your ankles, your wrists. And trust your own sensibility, your own awareness about when to roll over to your right side. And once again, mindful of your momentum as you begin to transition and come up to take a seat for a little pranayama and one of my favorite meditations. If you choose to sit in a chair, perfectly okay. We just want the spine to be straight. So if you're sitting in a chair, just have your back straight, your feet flat on the floor at about hip distance. If you're seated on the floor, make sure you're comfortable, whether it's on the floor itself or on a prop. Make sure you're comfortable. Sukha. Sukha is comfort. Sthira sukham asanam. Steadiness and ease in your seat. Spine tall. We'll begin with a few rounds of alternate nostril breath. This is actually a version of it that's just done mentally. It's subtle, but it's really quite wonderful. You're not using your hand here. Spine tall. We'll begin together. Mentally inhale left nostril and exhale right. Mentally inhale right, exhale left. Inhale left, exhale right. Continue on your own. Change nostrils on your exhales. Please continue. As you do, have a sense that the inhale rises from just below the tip of that nostril all the way up to the midbrain. With the exhales moving from there, descending through the opposite nostril. So the midbrain becomes the apex of this breath. You might begin to sense that presence becomes more concentrated in the midbrain. Presence, even light, becomes concentrated there in the midbrain. And now just allow the breath to relax, return to its natural rhythm. Please continue to anchor your awareness in the midbrain and presence in this space. The meditation I'm about to begin for you, again, is very, very simple in theory. It's very handy, very helpful. It's called neti neti. Neti neti means not this, not this. The practice is with your Awareness anchored in the brain, the midbrain. With any thought that comes in, silently think to yourself, neti, neti. Not this, not this. Seated in presence, observe stillness in the body. At moments, you're observing presence, filling the mind. And any thought that interrupts that presence, neti, neti. Not this, not this. Neti, neti. Relax completely, relax all technique. Please take 3 deep breaths. And with your eyes still closed, to bring you back a little bit more completely, rub your hands together briskly to generate warmth. And cup your warm palms over your eyes, beginning to reactivate your senses. And with your eyes still closed, rub your hands once again. And now place your warm palms on your abdomen, back into your body. Then bring your palms together in prayer at your heart, Anjali Mudra. And I end with a salutation, which means, may we always be returning to Source. It is Hari Om. Hari Om, and thank you.